Greetings, family. Empress D. I'm at the park. I'm not in nature, but I'm at the park. And I'm just chilling. Just going out for a rising walk. And I was thinking about something. Actually, I got inspired by a podcast I was listening to speak about this. What I want to speak about today is discernment. What is discernment? Discernment. I don't even know what the definition of discernment is. I should have probably come prepared with that, but off the dome, I will say that my understanding of what discernment is one's ability to decipher internally within their own mind and thoughts what is serving to them and what is not. It's kind of like mind reading, in a way, discernment is. It's an unspoken, energetic knowing that someone possesses. So I've told the story many times on this channel that in December of 2019, my New Year's resolution or my 2020 goals were to learn to listen to that voice of God, which is essentially, when I didn't know it at the time, I was basically asking for discernment. And I have been really working on my discernment. When somebody has high working and high level of discernment, life isn't easy. You're essentially a being existing among people, knowing things that the majority of people do not know, and have to exist in that space with them regardless. Let me be more clear with an example. I, again, will liken it to kind of having some type of telepathy and unstated knowing, just knowing, being able to know things about people that they may not even know about themselves, or know things about a situation, and just knowing things. It's not easy. Listen, I'm living in this existence where I know so many things that I'm not supposed to know, and sometimes I wish I didn't know. And when you know something, you can't unknow it. So I can give so many examples, but I don't want to out anybody or anything. But it's just, basically, I'm living a life where I have so much insight into things, right? And my insight is on point. And again, it's a very interesting existence. Imagine living in a world where you have a better understanding, or you have an understanding of things that people might not have given any or much thought to. And so you formulated a perspective on this topic because you have so much insight. Whereas the other people haven't had much insight, but also formulate their opinion on this topic. And so if your opinion, the opinion of a person with all this discernment, differs from those that the majority of people, you look like a loser or look like a crazy person, right? So I exist in a world where people see me so much different than I actually am. And it's something that I've had to reconcile and just learn to live with, right? A lot of people have opinions, formulate opinions about me, and assumptions about me that are so far from the truth. But one thing that I do not do is I do not explain myself. I do not feel the need to. Everybody has free will. They have the right to feel what they want to feel and think what they want to think. And I'm of the opinion is that if somebody really wants to know, they will investigate. If they really want to have a true, accurate evaluation of me, they would investigate it. I've said it on a previous video. I've got family members. I've got friends that I've been friends with forever, that have an opinion. I've got ex-partners that I've spent so much time with that have this opinion of me that is so far from the actual person that I am. And it's not because of me acting in a certain way that makes these people formulate these opinions. People formulate their opinions based on what makes it comfortable for them. So I'm going to give you an example. I've often been accused of a person who likes to seek attention. Anybody that knows me, like really knows me, knows that I couldn't care less for attention. That's not something that I need in my life. But people that have been around me and close to me swear that I'm that type of person that needs attention. The way that I can exist and thrive in this reality is in knowing who I am. Regardless of what people think about me and the assumptions that they've made about me, I know me and I know who I am. And so I can't really care what people think. I really couldn't care less what people think. It bothers me sometimes, but it doesn't bother me enough to do anything about it. Let's put it that way. I'm going to continue to show up as I show up in my true, authentic self. And I recognize that that's something people are not used to. People are accustomed to people putting on all kinds of masks, wearing masks, performative personality traits, and so on and so forth. With me, what you see is what you get. How I present myself here on these videos is the same way I present myself at home, is the same way I present myself with my friends and family. I don't have different masks that I wear. And I think that it's the authenticity that I display that can trigger some people. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, I can only be me. If you're triggered by me, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem, right? And so if people are triggered, I tend to stay away from them because they're clearly not ready for the energy that I possess. The other thing that I've learned over the last few years is my value. I recognize what I bring, the energy that I bring to any relationship. I recognize that it's valuable. I recognize that I have a lot of gifts and insights that I'm willing to share with those that are, I don't want to say worthy, because it sounds like I'm some type of elitist, but it's not that. It's those that can reciprocate, those that recognize the value in what it is that I have to offer. So I know who I am. I know what value I bring. I know what I can do, and I know what I do. Just a lot of other people don't know, and that's okay. Anyway, family, I've been rambling. It's just me talking my thoughts and Prestige outside. I live most of my day outside. It's pretty crazy. I know a lot of people don't do, but I do. I love outside. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rant, family. I really appreciate those that take the time to listen, okay? One love.